I had to make another vet trip this morning. This morning was a little chaotic, not gonna lie, a little stressful. Dalton and Dailin do not have school this morning, so it threw my whole morning off. Usually I like to do their school stuff first thing in the morning, and well, you weren't by that window, you were at the other window. It's noisy. Normally I like to do their school stuff first thing in the morning if they have e-learning. Last night it rained, and so like all of the snow in our yard melted, but now the temperature dropped and it's supposed to snow, not as bad as it was the last snowstorm, but it's supposed to get, the weather's supposed to get pretty crappy this afternoon, tonight kind of thing. So they did not have school today. They probably could have gone, but I had to take Shep to the vet this morning. He had, you know, an ear infection. They got medicine in his ear. It just didn't seem to really work. And then I noticed Shep was like shaking his head and scratching at his ear. So I'm like, I gotta get him back in. So they put like a different medicine in his ear that like soaks into the skin more this time, where I think the other one was more of just to like help clean it out. So we did that. He did a lot worse this vet trip, because I feel like he knew what was gonna happen. And so he was like trying to get out of his collar, like scooting back from me, makes me look like I don't know what I'm doing with him. Like, oh, he's so skittish and nervous. And so if I have to take him in again, which I'm praying I'm hoping this medicine works, because if not, then they'll have to give him some kind of like anxiety medicine so that he like calms down, and then they can like really look in his ear to see what's going on. It is what it is at this point, but I just want his ears to feel better. So my kids still have e-learning to do. I spent all morning, Brett and I spent all morning, which is another reason why they didn't get to do their e-learning yet, their homework, schoolwork stuff, is because Brett and I are taking the kids to an indoor water park for a couple days on Monday. Today's Thursday. And so we were trying to get that all situated, booked, like figure out what we need, make sure we're booking the right like room. It was just like, it was very stressful this morning. So this morning was just very chaotic, but I'm on my way home right now to, I need to get the cabinets done. I need to get laundry done. They have their school stuff today. I also need to get caught up on, I said that already, laundry. My mind is just like, are you back home to your safe place? Your safe, I know. He's got ointment in his ear, so he's gonna be, I may. He's gonna be shaking his head a bunch. Come here, bud. Pretty much. Come here. Come here. I know, I'll rub it. Just go. You're just gonna be, yeah, this is, yep, what we're working with. So like I said earlier, Brett and I planned just a little couple day getaway for myself, Brett, and then Dalton and Day. And I am so excited, but stressing out just a little bit. I wanted to make sure that I had housework done, laundry, and that kind of got neglected because I've been really all of my time, all of my little moments that I didn't have a whole lot going on was just spent doing the kitchen cabinets, where it was you paint it, let it dry, you know, fill the holes in where the knob handles were, let it dry. So it wasn't hard work, it was just time consuming. So laundry kind of got neglected, and I wanted to make sure that I got laundry, dishes, the house kind of picked up before we went on our little trip. Dalton and Day also had e-learning. So basically the kids will get a packet that has probably 4 or 5 days if they have to do a snow day or something, instead of not doing anything that day and having a snow day, which would be fun. But instead their school sends home like a packet of stuff. That way if the weather's bad, they can still do the work. I just have to check them in and email their teachers that says I'm checking in Dalton for the day, and that counts as him kind of like checking in for class. And then they do the work, and then the next day or whatever day they're back at school, they turn in whatever work that they did. So instead of having a day off, they do still do the work, but then they don't have to have, you know, that makeup day at the end of the year. So it's a little bit different for Dalton, but at least for Daylin's work, she has one thing to do for every subject. And so one of the things for science was to make your own science experiment. And this one was actually really cute to do. It was really fun. It was called elephant toothpaste. And I didn't have a 6% hydrogen peroxide. I only had the 3%, so it didn't foam out of the bottle as much. But if you Google it or Pinterest it, it's household items, and you just follow the directions on there. And then as soon as you dump in the yeast and warm water mixture into this hydrogen peroxide mixture, it will overflow. E-learning is officially done. I'm hoping that the kids are able to go back to school tomorrow, just because it's a little easier, but now it's back to housework. I feel like we always go through a lot of dishes for only being a family of 4, but I also cook and bake constantly and like use a lot of pots and pans. And Dailin a little bit, but Dalton mostly, he has been liking to cook in the kitchen. Their thing that they do is they take just a little pot and they boil water and then put noodles in it, and then they'll cut up like carrots and celery. And will they eat the carrots and celery with the noodles? Not really, but at least they're trying. And it's nice to see them kind of be more independent in that sense. But I did buy Dalton his own cutting board for Christmas, and these, I guess, kid-safe knives. The knives are not metal, they're more of, I don't want to say they're plastic, but they definitely are more kid-safe, and so he has been really liking to use those as well. Dalton ended up getting his room picked up before I even pulled my camera out, but I did want the kids to pick up their bedrooms. One less thing to do, just trying to really knock it all out before we left. So as I was trying to pick up all her little garbage things, she was picking up the garbage behind her bed. I do like to do a big, like little things like this. Obviously I'll have my kids help me, but there are times where I just want to pick up their rooms by myself, where I will go through and just kind of like throw out a bunch of stuff, basically, just stuff that just sits, and you know that they're never going to play with it, they're never going to use it, they're holding on to it just for whatever reason. And so I do like to go through and kind of do a really deep clean of their bedrooms. Your dad's calling you?
Magic.
What? You seen my chocolate cake?
No, I have not. I think Shep ate it.
Yeah, Shep got in the fridge and ate it.
I think he used his pot and
It's like
used his mouth to open it.
Fork and just ate it all. Yeah.
Which one do you think ate the chocolate cake?
No.
Was it you?
Was Shep.
No, I don't like
Was
chocolate.
it you?
It was Shep.
Was it you?
I don't like
Was it?
It was Shep.
I don't like chocolate.
I told
So
you.
it was you.
Shep.
So this evening I was in the mood to make dinner and dessert, usually I try to make something pretty simple because we like sweets, even though Brett is on this kick of not wanting to eat sweets, which is really been hard for me because I love to bake, but then I'm like, if you're not going to eat it, well then I only want to eat a little bit of it, and I don't want to eat the whole thing, because if it sits there and I see it and it's a dessert, I'm going to want to eat it. So now I'm in the struggle of wanting to bake, but also not wanting it to sit on my counter to where I just eat it, because I'm, you know, summer is coming up. But I do like Rice Krispie treats. Something that I like to do too is do the Rice Krispie treats and then drizzle white chocolate over it. And a trick that my mom taught me is whenever you go to put your Rice Krispie treats in the dish, sometimes it can get really sticky, and so you just run your spatula over water and then you can smooth out the top, and then the Rice Krispies will not stick to your spatula. And then for dinner tonight, I'm doing tuna noodle casserole. I like this. I think Brett likes it a little bit more than I do, so it was just something kind of quick that I knew it would go. It's a smaller dish, and I knew it wouldn't sit in the fridge while we were gone on our vacation. So something simple. Dalton and Dailin will not eat this, so I think that they had, I think I just opened a can of soup for them, and they had soup and grilled cheese. Another thing that I like to do is if I'm making something like this that has noodles in it, I will just set some of these noodles aside and then put butter and Parmesan and a little bit of salt and then some garlic bread, and that's their dinner. So not that I'm technically making a whole nother meal for them, but I still want them to eat. At Aldi's, they have the big block of the chocolate that you can melt, so that's what I did. I just put like 2 or 3 of those blocks in the microwave, heated it up, and then did some sprinkles on top, and that was what we had for dessert. Pretty sure we watched a scary movie this night too. So that is pretty much it. Just trying to get some last minute simple things done before we left on our trip. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.